Here we go, guys. This is Lesky, and it's time for another pro player build on FC24 clubs. Recently, on my community page on my YouTube channel, I have been posting some polls for y'all to participate in and vote on one of the next pro players coming to the channel. I recently posted which position do y'all want the next pro player build to be based off of: an attacker, a midfielder, and a defender. And midfielder won that vote. So then I posted another poll asking y'all which midfielder should be the next pro player. And Zidane won that poll pretty easily. And that's what I'm going to be doing today, showing y'all this Zinedine Zidane build. I think this build will end up being one of the toughest builds I make this year, because Zidane just has very high attributes in a lot of categories. He even has some decent attributes in defending, but we couldn't focus on that. We just don't have the skill points for it. This build will specialize more as a cam attacking mid type of player, or it could be used as a box-to-box midfielder. We're just not listed as a center mid for this build. We're actually going to be listed as a left mid or a right mid. I feel like the attributes that this position gives you just helps fit a Zidane build best, especially if you're trying to play it as an attacking mid. The height is going to be 6 foot, and then the weight is 174 pounds. You can go all the way down to 152, but this will give you more of a lean body type, which doesn't look like Zidane. 174 will look the most similar to Zidane's body type, and then the preferred foot is right-footed. But of course, he has the 5-star weak foot as well as the 5-star skills, which I do have on this build. Let's now take a look at some of the best highlights I got with it.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yes! Wow. There it is.
Go straight. There you go. Come on.
Oh my gosh. Go. Yeah.
Perfect.
Let's go. Good finish.
Going in.
Volley. One time. Oh, okay. Or that.
Absolute X. Nice. Overlapping. Oh, that is beautiful. There you go. Right here. Oh.
Let's go.
Oh.
They're cooking out here. They're cooking out here.
Ooh.
Oh.
One time. Oh, what a save.
Oh.
Get in there.
That was nice.
A little finesse volley. Overlap you? Travella. There we go.
I knew it was coming.
A lost in the sunshine, baby.
Lost in the sunshine. My shades on. Whoa.
My favorite part about this Zidane build is its dribbling. It's extremely silky on the ball. You have some physicality and strength, and you're able to hold players off. And the left sticking and just moving around with the ball, shielding people, using your body is extremely good, even though you don't have a whole lot of pace. But honestly, as a cam, this is one position where I really don't think you need a ton of pace. You're most likely just going to be getting the ball to your feet, maybe doing like a skill, a dribble, getting into some space, and then trying to find your teammates. So you don't need a ton of pace as a cam. And that is probably the one downside to this Zidane build, is the pace. He was never the paciest, and with all the high attributes that he has, I have to spread the skill points around on the skill tree, so it's really just not possible to add a lot of pace on this build. Let's now look at the playstyles that I was using. For the pluses, I have Incisive Pass Plus and First Touch Plus. He has First Touch Plus on 2 of his icon cards, his normal icon card, and then he got 2 special icon cards. The higher rated one has Incisive Pass Plus. They changed that one up. And then the lower rated one has First Touch Plus. So I just decided to put both of those on this build, and I feel like it does fit as a Zidane build quite nicely. But some other playstyles that you could go for if you wanted to switch out Incisive Pass Plus or even First Touch Plus, you could honestly put really any of these. Like long ball instead of incisive could be a good option. I think technical would be great. He has normal technical on his cards, so that's why I have it. And with this build, this is a Zidane build where you don't have a whole lot of pace, so you honestly don't want to be sprinting a whole lot. If you can use the controlled sprint with the technical, it makes this Zidane build very good. And if you had that as a plus, it would make it even better with the controlled sprint. Flare, because he does have the flare trait. And then press proven is one that I added myself. This is one you could take off and put on something else because he doesn't have this on his cards, but I feel like it would help a lot. Just again, you don't have a whole lot of pace, but it will speed up just like your left sticking when you are just jogging with the ball. And then it'll also help with the body you have. We have really good balance, agility, dribbling, and then some strength on this build. So you can use your body to hold people off, shield people off with press proven. And then the last one is Trivela for Trivela passes and shots. And I don't think I actually mentioned this first one, which is finesse shot, and he has this on his card, so I made sure to put that on. So you have that and Trivela, and you can use those to make some long shots with this build. The problem I was having is I hit the crossbar so many times. It was like 7 crossbars with this build when I was doing Trivelas and finesse shots. I did make some long shots, but man, I've never used a build where I hit the crossbar so much. It was kind of crazy. It was probably my fault just doing the perfect amount of power to hit the crossbar, but it was getting insane. Let's now go to the skill tree. For this video, we're going to look at the physical page first, like the FIFA 23 skill tree basically was. It started with physical, and then it went defending, dribbling, passing, shooting, then pace, and then goalkeeping was still last. So they basically just flipped the categories of the skill tree compared to last year. So on this left side, what you're going to do is get these 3 strength icons, and we'll have 83 strength on the build, and then you're going to get this +3 reactions. The strength isn't as high as his cards, but again, this is going to be like this in pretty much all the categories. We just can't match his attributes that he has on his cards. It's literally just not possible with the way the skill tree is structured and how many skill points we have. So on the right side, we're going to get these 2 stamina icons, and then we're going to put 2 skill points for the +4 reactions to bump that up to 92. So this build has 88 stamina, which really isn't too bad for a cam. If you're going to use it more as like a center mid box-to-box player, we're going to be playing more defense. You might want to think about finding 3 skill points to put on this extra stamina, or taking off the press proven playstyle or one of the playstyles and adding relentless. There's no skill points on defending. Like I said, this build is more of an attacking mid rather than a center mid box-to-box type of player where you might want to do some defensive work. I know Zidane has pretty decent interceptions, but as an outside mid, there's no way we can even match that. Even if we try and upgrade it, that would just be way too much skill points. I could have tried this build as a center mid, but I feel like the outside mid position just matched Zidane's attributes a lot more than a CM. But one thing I will say about the defending on this build, for some reason, it was very good. It played way better than these stats look. I don't know if it was the agility and balance or what it was, the body type. I was getting a ton of tackles. I don't think I've ever used a build in pro clubs where I've gotten so many tackles. I don't know what it was. The dribbling is the best characteristic on this Zidane build. It's actually better than his icon cards in terms of agility and balance. We have more agility because in order to try and get that dribbling up into the 90s, I have it at 91. We basically have to go for the Maestro archetype, which will also give us some agility upgrades, which is honestly pretty nice. And then on the right side, in order to get the ball control maxed out to really help benefit that first touch plus play style, which is what I wanted to do, get that maxed out, we needed to go for the Lynx archetype, which will also give us some balance upgrades. So we have 91 balance and 86 agility with 94 ball control and 91 dribbling, and then the 5-star skills. But if you don't use 5-star skills, I'd suggest taking this one off, and you can upgrade some other categories. Like you can upgrade the balance more, or I'd suggest possibly putting these skill points on shooting, passing, or the physical or pace page. For passing, you'll see that this build has 88 vision, 86 crossing, 88 long pass, 89 short pass, and 80 curve. And when it comes to try and match Zidane's passing attributes, that's just not possible, especially when we need to spread skill points around in other categories. But these passing attributes are pretty solid. with the incisive pass plus, and then you also have long ball on this build. And this short pass right here, this +2 short pass to go from 87 to 89, you actually can take this off, and then we can go to the shooting page. There is some places you could put those 2 skill points. Like you can put it on this volleys right here to get the volleys to 88, because I know Zidane has very high volleys on his cards, and he hit that crazy left-footed volley in the Champions League for Real Madrid. So having those higher volleys would make that a little bit more accurate to him. And I did try a good amount of games with the volleys like this, but then I also tried it with the higher short pass at 89. And I think you could even put it on +2 long shots, which I also did try. I had it on 87 long shots for a bit, and I was still hitting the crossbar, so it didn't really make too much of a difference. So that is kind of up to you guys. You could even put it on finishing, but I'm going to put it back to the short pass, and we'll go back to this shooting page. So on the left, I am getting the weak foot upgrade. We'll have the 5-star weak foot on this build, and then I'm going to get the shot power under it to bump that up to 86. And right here, we're getting these 2 long shot icons, getting that to 85. And then we'll get these 3 heading icons. He has pretty good heading on his cards. They're all in the 80s, I believe. So I wanted to max out the heading, and we'll get this +4 heading actually and +4 volleys for 4 skill points to get that to 81. And then the weak foot upgrade, as well as the finisher archetype. And then lastly, just 1 skill point for this +1 finishing to get that to 84. And now for the pace, I went for all of the acceleration on the left side. This build has 84 acceleration and 83 sprint speed. And if we compare that to his normal icon card, that card has 84 acceleration and 82 sprint speed. So very close. We just have 1 more sprint speed. And if you wanted to, you could take off press proven or another playstyle and go for quick step on this build just to make up a little bit for the lack of pace. But like I said, as a cam, I really don't think you need a whole lot of pace, especially if you have some pacey players surrounding you. So that's going to do it for this Zinedine Zidane midfielder build in FC 24 clubs. Let me know what y'all think of it in the comments. Hit that like button on this video for me, and then hit that subscribe button on my channel if you haven't already done so. As always, y'all have a great rest of y'all's day, and peace out.